Good afternoon.
Hello.
Um, the injury report this morning, Kawhi and PG are indeed going to be available tonight.
Yes, sir.
What was walk us through the process involved in getting those guys back this week?
No process. Just waiting for the quarantine time to be over, and they joined us here in Orlando. So we're happy to have them back and try to get our thing, back rolling again.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move over to
Hey Ty, I was wondering, what were they able to do as far as conditioning during quarantine? Could they do anything? And can you play them the full allotted minutes like you normally would, or do you think you have to monitor that tonight?
I'm not sure what they did conditioning wise. I just, I was focused on, the guys we had here and, just trying to get a win while those guys were away. And, minute wise, we'll just see how they feel.
let's move over to Law.
Hey Ty, with the team back in the Orlando area for the first time since the summer, I wanted to know from you how you personally, as an individual, have been able to reflect on the experience being in the bubble for the end of the regular season and the postseason, and if you've been able to kind of get feedback from the team on what their experiences have been like, and your effort to kind of separate what happened last season and last summer and move on with this season as you're physically back in the Orlando area.
No, I didn't even think about the bubble. I forgot the bubble was even here. It was really crazy that you asked that because my mindset was, this is where I was at when I found out the news about Kobe. So we actually went at the same hotel as well. So that's kind of always been going through my mind the last couple of days. I didn't even think about the bubble at all. Sorry about that.
Hey, no problem. Thanks, Ty.
Let's move over to Miriam.
Hey Ty, Coach Clifford over there on the other side was talking about you as a player and your natural leadership abilities and in fact you're a good teammate and all that. What are your memories of him as a coach, and did you pick up anything that you're using now from him?
No, I love Cliff. I had been, two different places, and just as always, breath of fresh air. It was tough sometimes with Stan and sometimes tough with Jeff, and they would ride me pretty hard. But he was always a breath of fresh air. Always was positive. Always had positive things to say. Always would make you laugh. Always make you laugh. Even in the in the worst moments. So it was always great having him around. Just great to be around a team. He's that buffer you need. In your coaching staff when Jeff and Stan were pretty hard on us, like he was always the one to make us laugh and always be there for us.
Let's move over to Justin Russo.
Hey, Coach. Nikola Vucevic's ability to space the floor as a pick and pop threat is something you guys really haven't seen over the last few weeks, out of a big man at least. What challenges does he present defensively for you guys because of that ability to be a three-level scorer as a big man?
Big challenge. Anytime you have a center that can shoot threes the way he does, he's shooting at 45% right now. So he can post up. He can pick and pop. He can roll. So we got to really have our antennas up. Being aware of where he's at on the floor. And if we have to help Serge and Zoo, if they're protecting the paint, then we got to make sure we get guys rotating out to Vooch. So we went over that today, this morning, and guys understand that. So we got to do it by committee.
Okay, we'll move over to Josh Robbins.
Ty, I'm curious, when you look back to your second stint in Orlando, what was your favorite moment?
Going to the finals.
Why did you think that team had the chemistry that it had?
I just thought we had a great coach. I thought Stan did a hell of a job and putting guys in position. We had a lot of talent. The way he managed Dwight and Turkoglu and Jameer and those guys was phenomenal, and we put the work in. And I just saw it. I got there through a trade, pretty late in the season, but just each week we got better and better. And Stan stayed on those guys. He held everyone accountable, and we kind of hit our rhythm going into the playoffs, and we started playing well. And I know Jameer went down, but we brought in Ray for Austin, and he really led that crew. Got us to the finals, and then Jameer came back, 2 games into the finals. But we were just gelling. I think Stan had everyone feeling good, had everyone playing at a high level, and we kind of believed in ourselves. And then to go into Cleveland and beat, LeBron's team in Cleveland, that really just, took us over the top.
Okay, let's move over to Melissa.
Hey, Coach Lue. I hope all is going well. I have another question relating back to your playing days. As somebody who played alongside Michael Jordan and coached LeBron James, how would you compare and contrast their leadership styles?
The same. I think they both wanted to win and would do anything it took to win. And I thought they did a great job. Both of those guys did a great job just of galvanizing the team and bringing everyone together, making everyone feel a part of it. You would think when you're dealing with guys who, sometimes bigger than the game, you would think they would kind of just stay to themselves and do their own thing. But they were very great at just bringing everybody in and making everybody feel a part of it.
Let's move over to Cameron.
Hey, good afternoon, Coach. A question about John Chaney. Did you have any interaction about John Chaney, or can you speak about his legacy?
I didn't have any interaction with him, but I just knew how much he meant to the young black community. As far as he reminded me a lot of John Thompson in that regard. I played with Eddie Jones, and Eddie used to talk about him all the time about how much he meant to them, and how he like a father figure to those guys. And didn't have a chance to ever meet him, but I always looked at him as like a John Thompson, kind of a role model for us younger black kids.
We have time for a few more. Let's move over to Joseph.
Hey, Ty, how's it going?
Good.
So since you reconfigured the rotations 9 games ago, the team has the 6th best defensive rating in the NBA. What's the most important improvement the team has made to turn the defense around?
Just trying to limit the team's threes. I think we're doing a good job with that. I think not having short closeouts, we were doing a lot of. And then also handling the pick and roll 2-on-2. I thought we had a lot of guys over helping and pulling in. And, you want your team to help, but we got to be smart about it. We want to be a team that plays the pick and roll 2-on-2, make teams take in between jump shots or floaters, and, without the bigs getting behind us. So we've been doing a good job of that. And then, like you said, we mixed our rotations up a little bit to try to have better defensive units on the floor at the same time.
Let's move over to Brian, and then Law has a follow-up question, I believe. So go ahead, Brian.
Hey, Ty. So last night we saw the team really rally around Reggie at the end of the game. What else can you tell us about the camaraderie on this team, and if you're seeing it kind of improve on these road trips?
It's been great. We talk about it all the time that we don't want to be a front-running team, and when things are going well, we're up, jumping up and cheering, and when things are going bad, we're splintering and going the other way. We want to be together no matter what. And just seeing, Reggie make that mistake and the guys coming to him and saying, listen, it's over. Next play, let's get a stop and win the game. And that's all that mattered. So it was very good to see that everyone had his back, in a tough situation, in a tough time for Reggie. And we just moved on and, we had his back. We got to stop and we won the game.
Go ahead, Law. We'll go ahead. Move over to you.
All right. So I take it with Paul and Kawhi back, that lineup with Reggie and Nick and Serge is going to start again. But for someone like Terence Mann, who really played well this week, what are you looking for? What do you need from him so that he can further establish himself as a player who's going to be considered for rotation minutes when everybody's healthy?
Just continue to do what he's been doing. I think, guarding the best player on the other team and giving Kawhi, PG, Reggie, Nick, those guys a chance to rest. And he can guard those guys, and he's been doing a great job of it. And I think now he's able to play, more free with a clear mind. Since we moved him out the point guard position, now he's playing more of the 2-3. He's able just to play his game and run around, have a lot of energy. And I think it's taking a lot of pressure off him as well.